Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. This is also the YouTube channel vlog show of personality, positivity, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the host of the show, the perpetrator of the shenanigans from his big beefy man cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Big Beefy E himself, Mr. Shenanigans, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's episode 294 of the show. How's it going, everyone? And yep, if you just noticed, I changed my thumbnails for my wrestling event centers. Once again, I found that, when you find stuff online and you say, oh, this is appropriate, this appeals more and everything else, you go with it. And I found a couple more things. Even on YouTube, you can find, okay, there's this like a furniture setting, and like, oh, I need that for my thumbnail and all that good stuff. So I found something in the WWE archive, so to speak, event center desk. So I can, like, okay, I'll do that and just have a little bit of fun with it. Speaking of event centers, we got to talk about what happened last night on SmackDown and SmackDown Friday the 13th. Thank God Friday the 13th is over, and it takes place in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and it kicks off with the Intercontinental Championship matchup. Gunther has been having a long reign of the championship. To me, personally, and here's why I'm thinking in the back of my mind, he's defending the title against Braun Strowman, who is from Wisconsin, by the way, probably right near his home. If he defeated Braun Strowman, I've got a hunch that he may break Honky Tonk Man's record for the longest reign of the Intercontinental Championship. I think he's going to do it if he beats Braun Strowman. This was a heck of a... Gunther was confident in his skills, and he sent both Kaiser and Vinci in the back, and he noticed, Gunther is the type of person, he's, most submission specialists, and here's what you pick a body part and you work on that body part, a body part that would render your opponent useless in using it against you, and whatever move your opponent has that body part that needs that body part to use that finishing maneuver, useless. So he worked on the left shoulder of Braun. He worked on the shoulder of Braun Strowman, taking away Strowman's power, which he's been doing, which he did throughout the matchup. And in the end, as you know, Vinci and Kaiser kind of snuck out just in case and jumped on Strowman while Gunther had the referee distracted. But then Gunther did defeat Braun Strowman to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Again, with the defeat over Braun Strowman, I got a hunch that Gunther will break the Honky Tonk Man's record. Sami Zayn went to go talk to the Bloodline with their locker room, and then Paul Heyman comes in. You know what? They're not here. Tribal T's not here. They said they're so confident in skills that you do it on your own. You sure? Like, okay, I'll do it. So Rey Mysterio comes out to address the situation with Dominic and declares his entry into the Royal Rumble. He says, this is the way I'm going to get back on my feet. Then Karrion Kross comes out, says some disrespectful things to Rey Mysterio, and then Rey Mysterio attacks him, and then when he go out the rope to do the 619, Scarlett hooked his leg, and then Kross puts him in the cross jacket, knocking him out. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan in the locker room was talking to Emma and Maxine Dupree, and both ladies convinced her, hey, listen, going in at number one is not much of a strong strategy. And then Raquel Gonzalez goes, I have to agree with them, but, could the advantage go in, like, last? And then all of a sudden, he goes, yeah, I got a palm reading all the time. All of a sudden, she slaps Raquel Rodriguez. I'm like, and Liv Morgan looks at Raquel Rodriguez smiling. I'm like, what is this crazy woman thinking? And she goes, I challenge you to a match. And she goes, and Raquel Gonzalez goes, you're on. I'm like, ew boy. Ew boy. So, anyways. So in women's action, Tegan Nox went one-on-one with the lovely Xia Li. I like Xia Li. And Tegan Nox did pick up the victory over Miss Xia Li. And there was this is something digital exclusive after what happened in the while McIntyre Sheamus did lose the match to the Usos. They did survive the matchup, but the Viking Raiders blindside the Banger Brothers, as somebody said. Somebody said something on Twitter about that. The Banger Brothers, and that's McIntyre and Sheamus. So they're going back and forth, saying, Drew McIntyre says he wants the Viking Raiders, and he starts smacking. He does the job to Sheamus. No, fella, I want the Usos. And then Adam Pearce goes, guys, I got an idea. I'm having a tag team tournament. Here's what and the winner of this tag team tournament will challenge the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Looks like I think possibly after WrestleMania, probably the titles will be separated. Here's the big thing. He goes, you guys get the first round matchup against the Viking Raiders. And then all of a sudden both Sheamus and Drew McIntyre goes, thanks, Adam. That's a good idea. And slapping him. Poor Adam Pearce. Banger after banger. Well, a little bit more on poor Adam Pearce. So Bray Wyatt addresses the Green Bay crowd in LA Knight, and then he confesses that I am Uncle Howdy. I am him. And LA Knight's got to be going home smiling. I knew it. So Caleb Braxton interviewed Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn interrupts Owens because you happy? You happy about this whole thing? And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn exchanged words and whatnot. And then, coming out to the commercial break, Miss Braxton once again interviewed Gunther in Imperium. He says, you know what? I've conquered, Gunther says, I've conquered the toughest challenge of my career so far. Here's the deal. I'm going in the Royal Rumble. I'll throw body after body out. Gunther has declared entry in the Royal Rumble. It's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. Imagine Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar ends up in the Royal Rumble. Sorry, Jordan, I had to mention his name. But imagine Gunther and Brock Lesnar. That'll be a heck of a fight. I would love to see that fight. I'm sure Brock Lesnar would say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being the world champ. I want to be Intercontinental champ. And let Brock Lesnar have the long reign. I don't care. But anyways, no, Brock Lesnar. No, we don't want Brock Lesnar. Okay. Anyways, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez went one-on-one. And Raquel Rodriguez won the matchup. And Kathy Kelly did interview her in the digital exclusive with SmackDown Lowdown. And Liv Morgan goes, you know what? I didn't lose. I was practicing for the Royal Rumble, and I easily threw out Raquel Gonzalez. So, anyways, and I got the point. Even the smaller, and then Michael Cole pointed out not even a bigger person would a smaller person can win the Royal Rumble. Look at Rey Mysterio and Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels wouldn't appreciate you calling him small. Well, nowadays if you're 6 feet and under, that's small. Unless the person that's looking at you is smaller than you. And then Sonya Deville complains about getting a rematch against Charlotte Flair. And Pierce says, no, you lost. Get back in the light, right? She goes, I'll find some way to get in my matchup. And then Sonya Deville attacks Charlotte Flair. Referees and security were trying to separate the two of them. So, I was like, gee, backstage attacks. There you go. Then Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn went one-on-one. And Owens won by DQ. Why? Because it seems like the bloodline is nothing but a bunch of liars. Because they say, oh, Sami Zayn's going to do it on his own. Nope. What happened? Sikoa and the Usos show up. Is that what we're doing it for you, Sami? And Sami thought, Sami's like, I think in the back of Sami's mind, he didn't feel comfortable with that. So maybe he's having second thoughts. So I think this Monday Night Raw, they're probably going to have to address that situation. Probably going to have to address that situation. Or not. So that is it for last night on SmackDown. Now for NXT Level Up. Obafemi went up against Von Wagner. Two big guys going at it. But Von Wagner, in the end, with his experience. The second generation superstar. Yes, right. He's the son of a Beverly brother. Blake Beverly, actually. And Wayne Bloom. Von Wagner's real name is Cal Bloom. So, his father. But in the end, Wagner did win the matchup. Now, Kelly Kincaid interviewed the newest member of the NXT roster, Jakara Jackson, and she will make her in-ring debut against the mysterious Isla Dawn. And Jakara Jackson says she don't back down from any challenge. So Jakara Jackson went up against Isla Dawn, and Isla Dawn, with her experience, did win the matchup. And Duke Hudson went one-on-one with Damon Kemp, and Damon Kemp ended up winning. Duke Hudson ended up winning the matchup, picking the victory up for Chase U. So that's all the time we have on this show, episode 294. We're 6 episodes away from episode 300. I'm looking forward to see what it will happen. I believe there's supposed to be an award show on Chilling Out Hangouts this coming Monday, I believe, the award show for the network community. And I'm nominated for, I think, a couple of categories in between. I was nominated for 5 categories last time we did this. And I didn't win any, but that's okay. You know, I'm a 5-time nominee, but now here's more of an opportunity to see if I can pick up an award or two. We'll find out for sure. So that is it. We'll find out what happens on the Network Community Awards, the Chilling 3000 Awards coming this Monday. But for right now, this is episode 294 of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Next episode, I'll talk about what happened on AEW Rampage. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to watch a little bit, watch some Hard to Kill, and then do a little report on that. So, and then today is Saturday, so I did a couple of episodes afterwards. We're going to play some Saturday Shenanigancade, and I believe Final Fight 2 is next on my list. Since we're going the Final Fight route, I figured why not go down the line. I played Part 3 as my first episode of Saturday Shenanigancade. And we're going to go to the second one, Final Fight 2, where it went international. And I will explain on that when we get to the games. But first things first, guys can get some wrestling done. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, please take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doer for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bowl for Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.